Time to fertilize the garden. Let me get some of this triple 13 and throw out on it. I'm just going to cast it through the garden. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm killing the planet. But am I really? I know the pros and cons of using the synthetic fertilizers, and to be honest with you, I don't really use it that much. What research I've done is that it's really not good for your soil. It's not good for the health of the soil. And that's what I'm trying to go for right here in our garden. What we're pushing toward is a healthy soil, because with a healthy soil, from what I read, from what I study, from what I see, is better for healthy plants. It keeps down the pests, the pathogens, or whatever, the bad stuff. Let me just put it that way. But you know, there's so many people out there that have their own ideas and they're just expert, and I call them YouTube experts. But there are people that know this stuff. I've tried to study, and in all my studies, I have come to learn this. I don't know anything. There's some people out there that know everything about it. They know how to explain it, but it's way yonder over my head. What little I do understand, though, is that the soil underneath this layer, there's an ecosystem. There's a, what do you call that? There's a whole new world up under here. And it's just like on top of the world. You've got prey, you've got predators, you've got things that just eat the plant life, you've got things that eat each other, and that's all up under our ground. And just this little bitty bit of soil, there's millions, if not billions, and I'm just throwing numbers out there from what I'm trying to remember, of plant life right there. That's amazing, folks. And what happens is all this microbiology up under this soil is all working together to break down all the leaf matter and all the plant matter and animal matter and all the whatever. It's breaking it down so that it can be available to the plant. It seems to make sense to me. That's why I'm planting some chop and drop things in the garden. This is lemongrass, and I can use this to chop and use as mulch. I can use it as flavoring for food or whatever. But I got it right here in the middle of one of my plots, and I'm going to just leave it here. I've got these cannons. Just got it right here in the middle of one of my plots. It gets big, chop it down, throw it down. Let all the bugs and let all the little microorganisms that we can't see chop it up for me, eat it up, and then they're going to disperse. They're going to make this, all the nutrients that was in this, they're going to make that into food that my other plants can use. You'll notice right here, I've got some clover. I don't know what kind it is. This just came in a mix. Here's some rye and some wheat and some oat. I'm just letting it come through. And that way, whenever it comes through, up under the soil, what we can't see, there's roots. And these roots are sending out signal to all the microbiology out there. And it's saying, y'all, we got food over here. And so it's taking the nutrients and the elements out of the air, transforming it into something that all those microorganisms can eat, and those microorganisms are changing that in exchange for things that the plant can eat. It's amazing, folks. But why not use the synthetic fertilizer? I'll be honest with you, I don't care if you do or not. People have been doing it for years. But from what I understand, that it takes away from the life of the soil. You just got to keep adding it year after year after year. But what I know, I'm just a YouTube creator, backyard gardener, but it seems to make sense. If I have a variety of plants, it's not all just one plant. They're sending out different signals and different ways to attract all this life under the soil to the party, if you will. And therefore, it's causing this soil to be more fertile, in my opinion. Can you use synthetic fertilizer? Sure, the plants don't care. The plants don't care where they get their nitrogen from. They don't care where they get their phosphorus from, their potassium. They don't care where they get their sulfur, their whatever. They don't care, as long as they get it. In my way of thinking, if you can get by without it, if you can build an environment that you don't have to go to the store and buy this stuff, and not only that, but it builds a life up under your soil, or in your soil rather, that is going to be something that's going to be constant year after year. It's going to constantly be making new microbes and new things up under there that's going to continually break down all the different material that's going to be soluble for the plants to take up. And it's just a cycle, isn't it? Plants are taking it, feeding it out to the root, to the life beneath the soil. All that life beneath the soil is going out and it's finding all the nutrients that the plant needs and it's bringing it back up. And the plants are making delicious squash, and that's what it's all about. But I tell you what I'm also doing. I'm planting different cover crops. I've got crimson clover planted in this little plot right here. I've got some radishes growing. They're tilling my soil for me. They're digging deep and pulling up nutrients and minerals out of the soil. I just think that's the way to go. But what I know, I'm just a YouTube creator. But it seems to be working. These sunflowers, boy, I tell you what, they put on a good root system. Get them down there. When they die, the birds love the seeds, but you just cut it off right at the base. Don't pull it out the ground. Don't disturb all that life up under soil. Just cut it down. Let them roots rot in the ground. It'll provide air. It'll provide the water passages and oxygen. It will provide roots for the worms and all kind of things in there. There's life up under this soil, and it's working. It's working all the time. It never quits. It doesn't take holidays and vacations. And it breaks it down over time and releases all these nutrients to these plants when they need it. It's an amazing system. God is an amazing creator. If you came here looking for a great intellectual speech on the concept of underground life, you just came to the wrong place. There's so many people out there, but if you're like me, you won't be able to understand them either. All I know is that when you feed your soil, when you have a healthy soil, it makes healthy plants. And eventually, over time, you're going to have plants that will be able to withstand all the diseases and all the pests and things that are, it's all going to work itself out. The good pests are going to come take care of the bad pests. The good bacteria is going to take care of the bad bacteria. On and on. It just has a way of working itself out. And you might just get you some tomatoes at the end of September and into October. That's what we're looking forward to. God bless, and y'all have a great day.